This video will go over how to review and approve groundwater level data and environmental measurement data in FUDSChem. This data may be approved by a core geologist, your Synectics point of contact, or someone else, depending on your district. To learn how to enter these types of data, please refer to our groundwater level entry tutorial and loading environmental measurements tutorials linked in the description. We will review the groundwater level data first by going to Reports, Geology Reports, Groundwater Elevations Review. Choose the correct project in the drop-down. The other drop-downs will automatically select all events, all sites, all files, all locations, and automatically fill in the date range as appropriate for the available data, but you can adjust these parameters. Click View Report. As a note, if you do not see the file that you need, it may be that the data has been entered but not yet certified. You can check the status of the file under Reports, ADR and Submission Reports, Submission Log. We go over this report in our Where's My Data video, linked in the description. This report can be exported to a variety of formats by clicking on the floppy disk icon. Let's compare our hard copy data to the report to make sure it was entered correctly. For this example, the hard copy data does not list the measuring point elevations or the sampling depth. However, the report shows that these values are populated. This is because, when groundwater data is entered through the interface, the system automatically pulls the measuring point elevations and sampling depths from the well completion information data files, provided that this data was approved in FUDSChem at the time. For more information, please refer to our Well Completion Information Review video, linked in the description. For this example, we know that the values were automatically pulled from the approved well construction interval data in FUDSChem, since they were not listed on the hard copy. We know that data is already correct, so we will not review them further. Moving on, we can confirm that the measurement date is correct and the fluid type of water looks good, since no other fluid was specified on the hard copy. The single dry well has a correct fluid type of dry well. Comparing to our hard copy, we can confirm the first well was dry, which is reflected in the report. The sounding is listed as 40.63 instead of 40.631. This is because FUDSChem only accepts 2 digits after the decimal for the sounding and depth to fluid fields, so the person entering the data had to round. We would continue reviewing the data to make sure the depth to fluid matches and the sounding matches for every location. For the sake of time, we will not show this part of the review. Note that the groundwater elevation is included on the report. This field is calculated by the report and is not entered by the person submitting the data. After your review is complete, go to Tools, Data Approval. Choose the project and select groundwater levels as the file type. As a note, you can click on the number of records to review the same report we just looked at. Accessing the report this way will automatically fill out the drop-downs for you. If the file needs to be backed out for edits, click the green back arrow. This will uncertify the file so it can be edited under Tools, Data Submission. Be sure to let the person who entered the data know what needs to be edited. If the file does not need any edits, click the notepad icon. A pop-up will allow you to optionally include a reason for approval. Click Approve File. Once approved, the data is available under Reports, Geology Reports, Groundwater Elevations. Finally, we should approve our hard copy documentation under Tools, Library File Submission. For more information on library file submissions and approval, please refer to our Library Review tutorial video, linked in the description. Next, we will review the environmental measurement data. Go to Reports, Geology Reports, Field Parameters Review. Choose the correct project in the drop-down. The other drop-downs will automatically select all events, all sites, all files, all locations, all analysis types, and automatically fill in the date range as appropriate for the available data. The orientation defaults to horizontal. You can adjust these parameters as desired. Click View Report. The report lists the location, sampling depth, and sampling date and time. Next, it shows the different parameters and their units, which are all defined in the footnote. In cases where a qualifier was added to the data, the qualifier follows the value. We will compare the report to our hard copy data side by side. This report can also be exported to a variety of formats by clicking on the floppy disk icon. Sampling beginning and sample ending depths may be listed on your log. In the case of groundwater samples collected from a well, the screen interval is typically entered. The log date will be the date that the samples were collected, in this case, January 15th, 2023. The log time is the latest time listed, 11:24. We'll start comparing the parameters to the hard copy log. The data entered in FUDSChem should match the final measurements on the log from when the well stabilized. For example, we can confirm that the dissolved oxygen matches. The description listed on the log is captured in the Remarks section. We should also confirm that the units in this report match our field log. We would make sure to review all of the values against the hard copy, then make sure to review the data for location CRB-MW-474S on the second page of the hard copy. For the sake of time, we will skip these steps. After your review, go to Tools, Data Approval. Choose the project and select Environmental Measurements as the file type. As a note, you can click on the number of records to review the same report we just looked at. Accessing the report this way will automatically fill out the drop-downs for you. If the file needs to be backed out for edits, click the green back arrow. This will uncertify the file so it can be edited under Tools, Data Submission. Be sure to let the person who entered the data know what needs to be edited. If the file does not need any edits, click the notepad icon. A pop-up will allow you to optionally include a reason for approval. Click Approve File. Once approved, the data is available under Reports, Geology Reports, Field Parameters. It can alternatively be viewed in the Field Parameters chart to see trends over time. Finally, we'll also need to make sure we approve the hard copy documentation in the library. Don't forget to subscribe to the FUDSChem YouTube channel for more tutorial videos. All of the tutorials and playlists mentioned during this video are linked in the description below. Lastly, if you have questions or comments, feel free to contact us at fuds.support@synectics.net. Thank you.